Hi, it's Paul Augustine, your expert in all things real estate. You can also find us online at theaugustineteam.com. In this video, I want to answer the question, if I'm selling my home, what can I expect through the home inspection process? So, one of the biggest stress points in every real estate transaction, the home inspections. If you're selling your home, how do you get prepped for it? 3 key points I want to point out for you here. First of all, you need to know that home inspections are not necessarily a pass-fail inspection. And I'll get into what that means in a second. Secondly, the other thing you need to know is that your prep for the home inspection actually begins right as you're putting a home on the market, and I'll explain why. And then finally, there's going to be some surprises and things you weren't aware of, and I'm just going to talk to you a bit about how to deal with that. So my first point, when a home inspector or home inspectors come through your home, they could be looking at a number of things. They're going to be doing a general home inspection. They may be testing for radon, checking to make sure you don't have wood-destroying insects and termites, doing on-site utility inspections, your septic, your well systems, if you have them. And what you need to know is that as these inspectors are going through, they're not necessarily trying to tell the buyer, hey, the house passed or the house failed. They're just trying to give them information on each of those systems and each of those components. So once the buyer has the reports back, they're going to look through it, let you know if there's any points of concern, but don't be worried that your house is either going to pass or fail. That's just not the case. It's there as an informational session. My second point is that when you're selling your home, your preparation for the home inspection actually begins right as you're putting the home on the market, and this is what I mean by that. One of the things you have to do as a home seller here in Pennsylvania and in most other states is you have to fill out a disclosure statement going through your timeline of things that have happened, things you've done to the property during your ownership, and this is your chance to give the buyer a good overview of all the things that you've encountered, problems you've had, system upgrades you've made, etc. Fully disclose at this stage of the game. If you had a leak in the roof 20 years ago during a major snowstorm and it stained the ceilings in the upstairs bedroom, but you haven't had a problem since, mention that, because chances are when the inspector jumps up in the attic, they're going to see signs of a prior leak, and if you didn't disclose it, it's just going to throw up a red flag to the buyers. So that's my tip there. The other thing is, as you're putting a home on the market, if you haven't gotten some of your systems maintenance recently, that may be time to do it. So if you had a well or a septic system, you may want to do water testing or have the septic system cleaned as you're putting a home on the market, or have the heating and air conditioning equipment serviced so that's recent and current and up to date. It'll just save you some problems later down the line. Finally, what I'll tell you is that no matter how well you've taken care of your home, here's the deal. Inspector's going to find something you weren't aware of. Codes have changed probably during your ownership, and what was acceptable 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago may not be today. So it can be very easy when you've owned a home and you're proud of it and you've taken good care of it to get wrapped up in the emotion of the fact that somebody's telling you there's something wrong with your house. But just understand that a lot of these issues, again, turn up because the codes and so on and so forth have changed since you've been there. So I hope you find this information useful. Feel free to share it with your friends, and also be sure to subscribe to our channel.